Hey guys, what's happening? Dan here, aka Nightbox. The new season has started in Marvel Snap, and with it, we've gotten a new tool to use in move decks. That's right, Ghost Spider is here. It's not only good in move decks, it can also catch your opponent off guard in a regular deck just by moving the last card you played into a location they're not ready for you to steal. Last season, the meta was dominated early by bounce decks, but then with the release of High Evolutionary, we saw a whole slew of new decks get played. It's looking like the next meta is going to be based around move decks, as we've got a lot of cards coming to help that archetype out. Today I'm bringing you a deck that's going to showcase Ghost Spider and show you how you can use this to its fullest to catch your opponent off guard. I've got a lot of fun tech cards in this deck, so make sure you stay tuned for the deck breakdown so you can see how I utilize all these cards to catch my opponent off guard. Alrighty guys, here we go, jumping on into game number one. We've actually got a really good start here to our hand. We're going to start actually with Korg though. This deck aims to disrupt our opponent as much as possible. We've got the Korg and the Yondu in there to mess up their deck. We can bounce that back with Falcon and with the Beast so we can play them multiple times. We also use those bounce components to bounce back our Human Torch, the Ghost Spider, the Vulture, and the Iron Fist. We want to use those as many times as possible so that we're just getting the best value. We're able to, you know, just dominate our opponent pretty much. So what we're going to do here is we're going to drop the Human Torch. Nothing else we can do just because of costs here. Next turn we can go ahead and drop Ghost Spider and then bounce both those back to hand with the Beast, making it so we can use it again. You know, a lot of decks out there right now are boosting their cards really high. So we've kind of got a surprise card in here. We've got the Valkyrie. With that, we're just trying to, let me think here a second. With the Valkyrie, we're just trying to take advantage of our opponent boosting up all their cards, and then we're going to drop all their power down. And just, you know, they're just not going to expect that in a deck that's built this way. So they go ahead and throw the rock into the Quantum Realm. We're obviously playing discard here. So if we can get that Korg bounced back to our hand, we can do that with Falcon here on the next turn. We're going to be able to play it again. We're going to get another rock into their deck. We're going to just try to disrupt them as much as humanly possible. Let's see here. Actually, we're gonna forego the Falcon this turn because we're gonna go Kitty Pryde Beast, bounce all this back to our hands. Our opponent snapped on us. I'm assuming he's not gonna expect the Beast here. We're gonna bounce all this back into our hand and then be able to use it again on this next turn. Everything's going to be a 1 cost. Actually, Ghost Spider's a 1 cost. Human Torch and Kitty Pryde are now 0 cost. So we could Valkyrie. That doesn't do anything for us right this moment. If they have priority going into the last turn, though, Valkyrie could be huge for us. So let's go ahead and let's drop Ghost. Nope, Ghost Spider's gonna pull that symbiote. You got to make sure you drop everything in the right order here. It gets a little tricky. Let's go ahead and drop the Human Torch. It might be better to put the Falcon down now that I look at it. Let's look. And by Falcon, I mean Vulture, because that'll be +5. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's pull back the Human Torch, please. Okay, so we'll go Vulture. And then Ghost Spider. We'll go Kitty Pryde. We're going to save the Human Torch just to kind of catch them off guard on the last turn. Gambit comes down. That doesn't really affect us too much, especially because they discarded Hela. Okay, so here goes the Ghost Spider pulling the Vulture. We're going to have 7, 8, and 2 is 10. That's great. And now, I feel like they would have wanted to play into the Quantum Realm, but we've already got him beat. Actually, that card flips after, doesn't it? That's going to be interesting. So we've got the Valkyrie, Kitty Pryde, and Human Torch can all go down. So let's go with Human Torch there. We'll go Valkyrie, They have, oh, we have priority, so Valkyrie's not going to help us out, actually. And that happens from time to time. That's okay. So let's just go Kitty Pryde and Spider-Man here in the middle. That's 11 power. We've got 6 power there. And I feel like they want to play into this invisible girl. We'll snap. We have 5 more power we can play. Let's do it this way. If you let me. Alright, let's rethink this. We can go Valkyrie here, because we have priority. That's going to bump up that symbiote. Then we can go Spider-Man, Kitty Pryde, and Human Torch. It gives us 3 more power over in that right-hand lane. They decide to play in the middle. Let's see what happens here. With discard, it's so much RNG. Jubilee, still RNG, but... So they are able to take that middle lane. We're able to take right and left. As you saw, we were able to get multiple uses out of our Ghost Spider, utilizing the Beast. Alrighty, guys, here we go. Jumping into game number 2. We've got another good hand here. You know, we've only got a few of those movement cards, but because they're so low cost and we've got the Beast, we are able to use them multiple times. As you saw in game 1, where we were able to use Ghost Spider on Human Torch and then also on the Vulture. We go ahead and start with the Yondu there. We snipe a card out of their deck. We're going to go Iron Fist and Human Torch here. And then next turn we'll bounce it all that up into our hand with Beast. And we'll also play the Korg there, getting a rock into their deck, obviously disrupting them even more. They play into Murder World. With a Daredevil. Interesting. So they might be playing some sort of a lockdown here. We can go ahead. We can do the Beast. And it's honestly better to do the Kitty Pryde here, I feel like. Korg would throw a rock into their deck. Let's go ahead and do Korg. We can always play Kitty Pryde later. Beast bouncing all this back up. Now let's watch them play a Killmonger here and miss all of our cards. That would be great. That's one thing you do have to watch out for. We see a Sunspot out of our opponent, so we assume they're not playing Killmonger. They could still be. They could be baiting us. Okay, so Miles Morales is going to be a 1-cost next turn, which is great for us. Let's go ahead and drop Kitty Pryde. We'll drop Yondu. Iron Fist here in the middle, and then Human Torch is going to bounce over and double up. Good turn 4 for us here. We're getting down 2, 4, 12 power, plus that Kitty Pryde's going to get stronger, so they go ahead and pass. Now, they could be playing Galactus, or just a general lockdown. It's hard to tell here. So turn 5, we have to play into that left-hand lane. So we will play both our Kitty Pryde and our Spider-Man here. Honestly, let's just fill up that lane. Kitty Pryde's going to bounce back to our hand, so it's actually not going to be full. So we're going to add 8 power there and possibly more on the next turn. Does our opponent... Oh, I forgot about that. Both those are going to move over. We actually filled up that right-hand lane. Oh, but Vulture gets the boost off of that, so that's honestly okay. It looks like we're going to have to drop some more power into the middle. Kitty Pryde's going to be 4. And then Valkyrie. Valkyrie could come in clutch here. Let's go ahead and go Valkyrie to make this Sunspot smaller. If they move Vision over here and add another card, that puts them probably at like 17-ish. This will bump us up to 14 there. I'm going to snap on them. Valkyrie's going to take that Sunspot down. Dr. Doom is not enough to win it. Luckily, we played that Kitty Pryde. Valkyrie ended up not mattering. But we did get the drop in power on that Sunspot, so they didn't win by a ton. If it had come down to a tiebreaker, that might have mattered. But the Kitty Pryde and the doubled up Human Torch came in clutch. And honestly, this Asteroid M pulling over the Vulture, that's kind of what won it for us there. Let's jump on into a third game. Alrighty, guys, here we go. Game number 3. Again, we've got Iron Fist and Human Torch. I'm just getting that luck today. So let's go ahead and play the Iron Fist now. I could play well, no, I was going to say I could wait and play Vulture, but it's not going to be worth it. Missing that one turn would actually kind of suck. So let's go ahead and Human Torch and Kitty Pryde. Hopefully we draw into either Beast or Falcon so that we can bounce all these 1 costs back into our hand. Ooh, Kraven comes down. We're going to boost up that Kraven a little bit, which is unfortunate. It'd really suck for another Shadowland to come down too. We do have Miles Morales that we could draw into. Well, that's a bummer. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and play the Kitty Pryde and the Falcon. Get all these cards back into our hand. Now we're running a little bit of a risk here because of that mirror dimension. It could turn into Sanctum Sanctorum, which would be a really bad thing for us. And it does. Okay. So they're going to be able to bounce power over there. But so are we. Let's go ahead with the Vulture. The Vulture is going to be 8 power. So let's go Iron Fist, Vulture. Actually, I could save that for the last turn now that I look at that. Otherwise, I just do Kitty Pryde here, right? Yeah, let's just do Kitty. We want them to have priority so that we can use the Valkyrie on the last turn. We should be okay here. I'm not actually too concerned. We'll go Iron Fist into Vulture. Vulture's gonna bounce up to 8, and then last turn we can go Valkyrie and Kitty Pryde. No, see, we have priority. Oh, it depends on what they play. Let's do this. I think this is the right play line. I could have played Kitty Pryde there too. Actually, that probably would have been smarter. Okay, we have priority. It would have been best if we would have gotten the Kitty Pryde down last turn. Let's see how this works. I'm actually curious when the... Okay, so the Kraven is going to get boosted. Then that doubles up to 6. Yep. But we won by 4. They won by 2. And there we go. We also could have dropped Human Torch and Ghost Spider. There was a few plays there. Honestly, I think that made him stronger. I don't want to do the math right now. I think they would have had less power if we wouldn't have played the Valkyrie. Or they would have been at 10. So sometimes you got to slow down to do the math. Let's do one more game. All right, guys, here we go. Jumping into our last game. Be nice if we drew a 1 cost here. We do. We draw Korg. All right. So let's go ahead and get some disruption going. I'm playing it in the middle lane there, hoping that later I can bounce stuff back with Beast. Second location is X Mansion, which is okay. Let's go ahead and drop the Kitty Pryde here. I kind of, after turn 3, okay. Let's see what we draw on turn 3 here. We're playing against a discard deck. It could, okay, so it's discard or It could also be... it could also be... You know what? Let's do this instead. Let's go Kitty Pryde and Beast here. My thought is next turn I can play a bunch into the kiln with Angela. I wanted to save the Beast and possibly bounce whatever came out of X Mansion. Obviously, I want to use Beast to bounce back our move cards, but I think in the long run this is better for us. See what comes out of X Mansion, then we can fill up Kiln. Kia, of course they would get a decent card. Ooh, we get Vision though. Also a good card. Okay, so now let's go Angela, Yondu, Korg, and we'll get the Kitty Pryde down. I should have played Kitty Pryde over in Kiln. That's just straight up a mistake. I forgot that it bounces back. I don't know. That was silly. Okay, Lady Sif takes care of the Apocalypse in their hand. They don't have a Dracula down. MODOK Hela would be the only playline I'm too concerned about. Let's see. Okay, we get Human Torch. So we can go... Let's go Ghost Spider. We're gonna go... Oh no, Ghost Spider pulls the last card you play. I always do this backwards. So let's go Human Torch, Ghost Spider, Falcon, and Kitty Pryde. So Falcon's gonna bounce all of our 1-costs back, which is fine because we've got this Vision that we can shift over. They play another Rock. We double up on the Human Torch here. Falcon's going to bounce everything back. And then back to our hand comes the Kitty Pryde. So we can drop a lot of power here going into this last turn. They have to have Hela. And I don't remember what we've sniped. They could drop Apocalypse here. But even then, we should be able to win. They could have MODOK. They would discard 2, which would take this up to 20. So we've got that covered if we just play Kitty Pryde there. Let's slide this Vision over and then go with the Human Torch, Korg because it doesn't matter, and then Vulture. We'll snap and end. I should be able to win left and right. I might be giving up the middle. I've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They do have the Dracula. But it's not going to be enough. They'll definitely take the middle. And we win left and right. So I'm not sure why you play that one out. But there you have it, guys. This deck is fun. You can catch a lot of people off guard. And going forward, Move is obviously going to be a good archetype to play. A lot of great Move cards coming out this month in Marvel Snap. So make sure you just smash that like button and subscribe. I've got a chest opening video that should be coming out later this week. I'm going to be opening up 50 collector reserves. We're at about collection level 5,000, so that ought to be fun. But yeah, we'll have more Move decks in the days to come as those new cards are released. But that's all I've got for today, so until next time, thanks for stopping by.